Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to Cilinix Crypto. Hope you're all doing great, and welcome to this new video here on the crypto markets. We're going to do a full update. So far, so good. Regarding Bitcoin, we're still holding a pretty important level right here at 103,500. But we'll still talk about that a little bit later when we talk about Bitcoin. We'll talk about XRP as well. XRP has had some constructive price action as well. I'll talk about Ethereum briefly, and then we talk about some altcoins that I think are interesting, which, to be fair, that list today is quite small. I mean, you can see most coins right here that actually have some momentum are the usual coins, so sort of high market cap coins. But there are some coins that I think you do need to know about. So we'll talk about those as well. But let's get right into it. First of all, I always start with a fundamentals update. Fundamentals today have been pretty good. I mean, the S&P 500 opened a little bit lower, but it has been stable, right? I mean, it's basically been stable since Tuesday afternoon. So that's good to see. I mean, as long as this is not pulling back, as long as this is in an uptrend, which it is, it will exert some sort of bullish pressure on Bitcoin. And then outside of that, the volatility index and gold have also continued to be weak, which signals stability in the general financial markets, which is also good for Bitcoin, right? So those are the fundamentals. We also have a Coinbase Bitcoin premium still at this point of time, so that's great as well. In short, not much to be worried about, but of course, I mean, there's a lot going on geopolitically, and if anything major comes from that could influence the markets, right? But at this point of time, I don't think we actually have some major news yet regarding Ukraine and Russia. Those the peace talks, of course, over the course of today. It doesn't really seem like the market is reacting to that, so we don't need to spend too much time talking about that either. No, what we do need to spend some time talking about is Bitcoin. All right, the Bitcoin dominance is on the rise again, or at least it's reversing after a bearish week last week. So then, and you can also see that right now, and right here, the Bitcoin price action is just leading for the price action of most coins. So when we take a look at Bitcoin, I'm actually fairly positive, all right? And I was already fairly positive earlier, but Bitcoin is holding a very important level, not the most important level, but a very important level if we want to see bullish continuation, all right? And that's this level right here. It's a bit of an area, but basically what you have there, to also write it on the screen, is you have to no, you don't have the 200 EMA, my apologies. You have the POC, point of control, most liquidity there, most volume traded at that area, and then the 7-day rolling VWAP, all right, which is also a very, very important indicator, and also very, very respected over time. So if we want to see a move into 105 again, 106, potentially 108, right? Because on the higher time frames, those are the levels that we are aiming for. Preferably, we don't necessarily need to, but preferably, like we have the best chance if we are able to stay on top of that weekly rolling VWAP, right? And we're doing that. At this point of time, the price of Bitcoin is compressing between that level around the POC and the 7-day rolling VWAP and the value area high at 104.2. So what we're waiting for right now is a breakout, but and there's not a lot of volume, by the way, in the markets. So which way will break out, it's going to be difficult to say, but that is what we're waiting for. All right, a breakout either on above 104.3 or below 103.3. And I would lean, given the price action right now, given the fundamentals, I would lean towards a bullish breakout, all right, since we are compressing on top of the weekly rolling VWAP and on top of the POC. But ultimately, so that's my bias, right? But ultimately, the best thing I always say you can do is be prepared for both scenarios. So like I said, the level to the downside is around 103,000.2 or 0.3. It's an area, and the main resistance level is around 104.3 or 104.2. Again, it's an area. Keep your eyes on those levels. Keep your eyes on the breakouts, at least on the 1 hour time frame, either above or below one of those two levels, and then you'll have more clarity. You'll have confirmation. But given what we've seen so far, I would still say that a bullish continuation is slightly more likely, but that is a bit of a risky thing to say from me, because obviously this week in general has been slightly weaker than last 2 weeks. But right, altcoins. So first of all, XRP has been able to reclaim 2.41 right here, so that's good news. That's what we talked about this morning. Am I fully convinced yet? No, but I have to say technically we did break above 2.41, and we also did that with at least some strength. So I have to say it's most likely that XRP will remain stable on top of 2.41 in the area around 2.45. I don't see enough momentum to push up higher for XRP at this point of time. Ethereum is also finding some nice stability. My apologies. Ethereum broke above also the 7-day, or at least it's holding the 7-day rolling VWAP, broke above this level here at 2,560. For Ethereum, I also don't see momentum for continuation. Maybe it can move up together with Bitcoin, but outside of that, I don't see much. I think Ethereum is more likely to remain stable. Now, talking about some more exciting altcoins. First of all, Syrup. Syrup has been incredibly strong. It's a bit of a newer coin, and I would not buy it right here, but I do think, given the volume increases here, that either with some sort of a definitive breakout. So I'll write this on the chart real quick. Syrup, that's the name of the token. Either with a strong breakout above 35, 36 cents, or a deep pullback into 31 cents and a strong reaction there. I think this is one of the main altcoins you can still focus on and actually make some money on that, which is obviously what we want. And then outside of that, I actually had another altcoin I did want to... Aave, all right? Aave also still ramping up in volume, which a lot of coins are not doing that, and fundamentally also a very strong project, right? It's trying to break above this major resistance level at 240, hasn't been able to do so far, but ultimately definitely a coin you should keep your eyes on. So that's Aave. But that's it for now. There's not much activity. If there's more activity, I'll keep you updated on that as soon as possible. If we get some sort of a breakout for Bitcoin, I'll keep you updated on that as soon as possible as well. But hopefully for now, that helps, all right? And it gives you a little bit more context and information about the markets right now. If you do have any questions, let me know down in the comments. But for now, thank you for watching. Take care and bye.